The distraught among members of the National Assembly was once again manifested Thursday night when debate opened on the Coroner's Amendment Bill 2015. The opposition People's Progressive Party pleaded with the government to send the bill to a select committee for further consultations so that it could have been properly fine-tuned to the agreement of all parties in the House. But Public Security Minister Kemraj Ramjitan and Attorney General Basil Williams insisted that there was nothing sinister in the bill. The Coroner's Amendment Bill was read in the House shortly after President Granger had implored legislators to work together to achieve the cherished but elusive goals the nation had set itself on Independence Day 1966. PPPC General Secretary Clement Rohi apparently seized upon that theme when in his argument said that if the Attorney General passed the bill without the input of the opposition, then the government was simply giving lip service to the concept of working together to achieve a social cohesion.
Having heard His Excellency the President deliver such a speech that set a certain tone, in this House and to the nation, that having now heard Mr. Williams, the Honourable Member, he virtually, Mr. Speaker, slaughtered all the good intentions behind this speech that we just heard.
Shadow Legal Affairs Minister Anil Nandalal also accused the government of trying to rush the bill through the House without any proper consultations.
If Mr. Ramjitan had read the speech of Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj, the then Attorney General of Trinidad and Tobago, when he piloted those amendments in the Trinidad Parliament, then he would have understood that Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj, the Honourable Attorney General of Trinidad and Tobago, was addressing a particular problem. And he crafted a bill to meet that problem. As the leader of the opposition said in his presentation on another matter, we cannot slavishly follow these things. We are an intelligent people and we are a sovereign nation and we must take pride in that. We must craft legislation to meet our own issues.
The opposition People's Progressive Party eventually abstained from voting during the final stage of the passage of the bill. President Granger late last year had expressed his willingness to set up a commission of inquiry to probe the deaths of young men who died between the period 2000 to 2007. The president had said then that the families of those persons who were executed or met dreadful deaths needed closure. The opposition PPPC was accused of failing to hold proper inquests into the hundreds of unlawful killings that occurred during what the government is calling the Phantom Squad era and the crime spree that followed the prison escape of the infamous Five. The government did not see the need to send the bill to a parliamentary select committee, saying that it was important that families know how and why their relatives were killed.
A lot of people are alive today whose families were those bodies. And they need to have closure in this country. They want to know how their brothers, their sons, their fathers met their ends. That's what they want to know. And because, Mr. Speaker, there was no one found, nobody was found, no cause attributed, no police cases. And so, Mr. Speaker, the government of the day was either unwilling or they lacked the political will, sir, to investigate these unnatural deaths. Sir. And so, in our campaign, in the campaign of this coalition government, sir, we promised the people, the Guyanese people, the families of the victims of these persons that were slain inexplicably, that we would hold inquests and investigations and inquiries into their deaths.
Attorney General Basil Williams. The legislation provides for a minimum of 4 full-time coroners in Demerara, 3 in Berbice, and 2 in Essequibo. The remarks by both Mr. Nandalal and Mr. Rohi did not sit well with Public Security Minister Kemraj Ranjithan, who questioned why should the opposition be so critical of the passage of such an important bill.
The impression is given here by Honorable Member Mr. Anamaya that this is a cut and paste piece of legislation from Trinidad. But what's wrong with cut and paste if it is going to meet the requirements that we, the executive, see fit? Oh yes! All right. But when you got this amendment, what was wrong if you had come up and manufactured your own amendments so that you can debate it here? Why didn't you do that? No, but we tried to make at least the Discipline Services Commission. You sit there knowing your duty if you feel that we should have done better, but you don't come with your better. You remain silent like a suspect. Yes, you remain silent like a suspect. And now you come and be done.
A coroner is a government official whose standard role is to confirm and certify the death of an individual within its jurisdiction. A coroner may also conduct or order an inquest into the manner or cause of death and investigate or confirm the identity of an unknown person who has been found dead within the coroner's jurisdiction. Royden James, HGP Nightly News.